Many world leaders and organizations are working towards finding a vaccine against the novel coronavirus. But even before a vaccine is invented, anti-vaccination protests have now already begun all across Europe and even in America. At a time when health experts are emphasizing that a vaccine will be needed to return to any kind of normal life in this pandemic world, the anti-vaxxers or the anti-vaccination supporters are now the new predicament of COVID-19. The prospect of compulsory vaccination has now boosted a protest across cities in Europe. Many are lashing out at billionaire Bill Gates for funding the vaccine research. Gates, who pledged $300 million, has been accused of using the COVID-19 vaccination to implant a location-tracking microchip into the vaccine recipient. The conspiracy theory has gained much traction among rabble-rousers and fringe groups. The alliance of anti-vaxxers has been filling town squares of major European cities such as Berlin, Zurich and Vienna. The resistance is beginning to trouble governments as they ease lockdown measures to reboot their respective economies. To tackle coronavirus in the long term, governments are now facing the following dilemma. Should a majority of the population be immunized as quickly as possible? Or does compulsory vaccination risk instigating a mass movement? A survey by the Vaccine Confidence Project and ORB conducted in Europe indicates that the growing resistance to the vaccine, especially in countries that have escaped the worst. In Switzerland, 20% of people said that they will not get vaccinated. Likewise, in Austria, vaccine resistance was 18%. And in Germany, 9% have now opposed any kind of vaccination. And in the United Kingdom, 10% of respondents were unwilling to take any vaccination. In France, on the other hand, anti-vaccination sentiments are fed by a wider distrust of central government. Similarly, in the United States, anti-vaccination protests have been gaining traction in California, New York, Colorado and Texas. According to a YouGov survey, only half of surveyed Americans are willing to get vaccinated against COVID-19. While scientists believe that immunizing about 70% of the population should suffice, there are concerns that the vaccine skeptics could hamper the overall vaccination efforts. Perhaps a voluntary program instead of a mandatory one is the smarter way forward.